Be back with DC strats for Replacer Bishop. This season the bosses change and all mech units have minus 60% defense and all counters have plus 20% attack and HP. My recommendation for Super Fusion cores this season is the 120 Surya and E for DPS and Estarossa for survivability. I will be going over the mechanics of the fight, some stats for nerds, and I have some example teams for you to use this season, which you can find the squad codes in the description below. Also, if I happen to across any runs, you can find those pinned in the comment section. All of this will be timestamped, which you can find in the video description. So let me show you what I got. The special conditions, I'm not even sure if this is working correctly. It's supposed to remove the normal special skill usage and then every 7th or maybe 8th basic attack the boss is supposed to special, but as we can see, even with it turned on, the boss still uses a special and it doesn't use a special every 7th or 8th attack. For the pattern enhance, basically the boss gains a phase change at 50% HP, which is actually HP gate, and then it will ultimate immediately. This boss is a striker who starts on the other side of the map and will run straight for your ship. As for mechanics, this boss has no mechanics if you have Jinbora. She does have her basic attacks, but that's all she'll be allowed to do. And as you can see, it does have some splash damage, so be careful about putting units close to her. But yeah, no, she just becomes a punching bag for you. Now, if you don't have Jinbora, you'll actually have to deal with her mechanics. She does have a special, which she launches an attack at your backline. In order to fully mitigate it, you will need a shield and either 2 shields or a counter and a shield to deal with it. Boss's ulti indicated by the purple bar underneath her portrait. She will sit there and jump back to summon a clone, jump back to the start of the map, and then launch an attack that will probably wipe your team. It's suggested to deal with the boss's clone and the stealth the boss can give herself. You bring somebody like Casey or Alex who can strip both of those, and then that makes the clone just die out. Time for some stats for nerds. This boss has 5.8 million HP, 5k defense, 3.9k hit, 6.9k evasion. It also has 100% crit damage res, 1% damage tolerance, and all this means is that your tanks will need at least 2084 or more evasion in order to dodge, and your DPS, if you can reach these numbers, will need 12,993 or more hit to surefire, and if you shred the evasion by 50%, you'll need 6,497 or more hit. We get to play with this shiny new awaken. Okay, so we got Estarossa in the front, Linji in the back, Jinbora in the front, and then we get Chinatsu out as soon as possible. I have to say that Ecclesia definitely makes this a lot easier. Now, we want to sit here about 245, 246, drop our S1 in the back there so it takes the boss's special. Then we're just going to kind of chill. Now, if you're having issues with Estarossa's HP levels, you can actually ulti early on Nanatsu. But about 227 we get Swan. Now this may vary depending on your burst later, but we'll get to that point here in a moment. We're going to go ahead and get our Surya out, wait a few more seconds, and then about 218, 220 you want to sit there and use your S2 so that the dudes come out and they tank special this time. After that, we quickly get our S1 back down. And then it gets fun. As soon as you can, get that S1 out. That special comes out with the quickness. And then we're going to go ahead and get our Eve out. Now, what I was explaining about burst later. So, In order to get a good score on this boss, you need to line up the boss's special, and this she only specials every 7 attacks, with phasing her at 50%. Now, the best time to do this season is going to be at 142. You need to push the boss's HP to the 50% mark at 142 so that she will use her special and cancel her backstep. You still get the add, so you still want Anelia to strip it, but this allows you to blow the boss up a lot quicker. Here for this team, we are running Tempest as a ship, Merlin as the operator. Estarossa, I have on HP 2. I don't think she necessarily needs this, but she does do more damage the more HP she has. But I do have incoming healing on her. Merlin Gear just needs CDR, as tanky as you can get it. You do want to run inhib hands on her. Just trust me, run it. Jinbora, I am running attack speed, but it's kind of a hybrid attack speed. She's got skill haste and a single swift piece on her just to give her a little bit more attack speed. Chinatsu, we're just going with our fastest, tankiest skill haste set that we can put onto her. Swan, again, we're going to go with tanky CDR. And then Eve, I'm actually running anti-ground set with anti-counter latents. Anti-striker works here as well. And then Surya, I'm just going full anti-striker, as much anti-striker as I can on her. And then Anelia, I just have on some random gear actually. I didn't change her gear, she just has Swift with anti-counter res. Alright, for those who do not have Merlin, which is probably going to be the most of you, you can actually use Asha. Now we do need to sit here and rearrange some of the deploys. We got to do Chinatsu first into Estarossa, then we could do Merlin Gear into Jinbora. Jinbora needs as much attack speed for this run. She didn't need as much on the Merlin run because we deploy her a lot earlier, but it's pretty much rather the same. Now, as you can see, I replaced Evelyn for Kurian, though I do think Evelyn is better, but Kurian is just more consistent in dealing with the burst phase in the whole 142 I spoke in the previous run. But at about 226, we're going to deploy our Swan because, like I said, it does vary. Your Swan deploy does vary based on your burst. But we're going to have to get Surya out a little later here because we're using Asha and we need to get our Asha proc. We need to keep that timer, right? So we're going to go ahead and get all of this out. Now, while we're waiting for this S1 to come out, if you don't happen to have Ecclesia, you can, or not Ecclesia, Estarossa, you can use Ecclesia. Ecclesia will need lower HP mods, but she is usable here. Also, this is still 50% with no AoE res, so AoE res is an excuse. Now for our burst, we want to sit here and use Chinatsu into Swan's ultimate, into the deployment of Kurian, drop our, whatever her name is, Anelia. And then now you see, I do this Jinbora here for safety reasons. I did get the burst, but because it's a little bit slower, the boss may get a special off, so I put Jinbora back there with her ultimate so that she can tank that special. Alright, for this team, we are running Tempest as the ship, Asha as the operator. Crit damage side does nothing here. Attack speed or AoE res would be better. For gears, pretty much rather the same. We're running HP 2, incoming healing. Same thing, CDR gear. For Jinbora though, we actually need to sit here and run a swift set. She's getting deployed late, so we need to be able to keep up with the boss's ultimate. And then Chinatsu is CDR gear tanky. Swan is CDR tanky as well. Surya, to get her ultimate in time, we do actually need to run her on attack speed this time. So attack speed with anti-striker, anti-ground, something anti-counter, or ranged or melee damage, one of those. And then Kurian, we are running on full anti-striker. And then of course Anilia is just with her tanky CDR set. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you improve your scores this season. Honestly, I need some coffee. You would be surprised to know how little sleep I get on DC weeks. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link is in the description, and if you want to help support this channel, the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.